usually there's a song that is usually saying mababu katika mawingu, which is our saying that says the ancestors are on the cloud. So look, this is the womb, okay?
This is things to
Womb has the left ovary, the right ovary. The left ovary and the right ovary is like space, like ancestors, like the intuition. And my students, I've taught you this time without number, and you know. So
normally it's 3 books.
It's almost like this is the ancestral realm.
Which book is doing that?
And then this is the cloud. So the ancestral realm, whenever you are thinking about, am I doing evil or am I taking evil? Or am I accepting evil? The ancestral realm is always there to help you as a woman. As a woman, whenever you're thinking, am I doing evil or am I accepting evil? The ancestral realm is always there to guide you. But a man doesn't have this. This is the reason we have war. Men don't have ancestors telling them, calm down, you know, in their analysis. Women have ancestors connected to their digestive system. So anytime you eat, let's say you eat a banana, it goes into your digestive system. When it reaches your digestive system, your ancestors come to say that, oh, by the way, this banana that you've eaten, this side is good for you, this is bad for you. Expel this and keep this. So women have this extra help from the ancestors because mababu wako katika maisha. This is their thoughts, this is their analysis, the ancestors are using them. Guys, are you getting that particular analogy? We will come back to it as we teach more because there's more here to. So those who cannot help, they die immediately. And that is what I want you to see on this particular video. Just let us see how food works.
One day.
So when let me go back. Let me go back to here. Look at epiglottis, guys. Look at the work of epiglottis too. When you are breathing, when you breathe air, the air doesn't. Epiglottis is here. Here. This is the epiglottis. So when you breathe air, it just comes and it goes here direct. But when it is food, the epiglottis makes sure it goes down somewhere else. Are you seeing? When it is food, the epiglottis makes sure that the food goes somewhere else, so that it doesn't go into your lungs. This is what happens. GAD. So epiglottis is there to make sure that GAD goes where GAD is supposed to go and NUT goes where NUT is supposed to go. So there, the food is going, the food is going. The food is going. So here the food is still has its purity. The food still has its purity. It has not been contaminated. When a child is born from space, when she's with her family, no contamination occurs. And then she starts going into the school systems, start being taught about things, and then being helped, and then that is the primary education, primary and secondary, and then we have the tertiary education there now in the small intestines, where now the ones that are nutritious, that are helpful to the planet, they get sieved into the bloodstream, into Leo energy, the Leo supply system of the world. While down here, the ones that cannot go into Leo, they go all the way into the large intestine. While the ones that can go into Leo, they go into the circulatory system. This is the circulatory system, guys. I hope that you can see. While the ones that are useless to the world, they go down. So just watch it again and see. That's your movement. That's how you move on this particular planet.
そうですね。
You are transformed.
よかったですね。
よかったです
Small
ね。
intestines. From small intestine into the bloodstream. From small intestine into the bloodstream. And then from the circulatory system, these are the ones out into the anus, the waist.
4
So heaven,
4日目は
上野に行きま
this
した。
is the heaven. This is the heaven. Those who get to go to
古い友
the
達に会い
circulatory
まし
system
た
of。the world, those who get to go on world tour, they are the ones in the circulatory system. While those who get to go here are the ones going to hell. So then they're going down, those other ones are going up. Guys, are you getting it?
じゃあ今度は
Anything
やってみましょ
that
う。
gets into the digestive system from space is looking to be transformed either into nutrients that go into the heart to be circulated to all parts of the body, or into poison and waste that go out through the anus and into the world as manure, as lessons learned. This concept of digestive system is the same phenomenon that rules the concept of heaven and hell. How? After digestion, those that are nutrients to the collective consciousness go into the circulatory system
Just replace
of the
word
collective
out of
consciousness.
the word with the word that you
I call it going on tour. They go viral or whatever. They become successful in whatever they are doing, whatever their specialty is, in order to distribute nutritious energy to help collective consciousness thrive. And our system is supposed to be set up in a way that this movement is very efficient. After digestion, those that are poison
my relatives.
or waste to the collective consciousness go into the anus, which is the hell of the collective consciousness, in order to be expelled
そ
as
れからお土
manure
産を買いました。これで
for the collective consciousness to learn from.
じゃあ今度
So this is why you go
じゃあ私が
when you're no longer useful to the collective consciousness.
One minute, just get ready for this conversation.
And when you are useful to the collective consciousness, you get to continue cycling through earth. So that ability to cycle through earth long is what is called youth. And the third, wait a minute.
How do you say, like, if you were to go to the movies, how do you say that? Like, what's movies?
映画を、
Theater.
それ映画を見に行きました。I went to see a movie. 普通映画を見に行きましたと言います。
Okay.
どうぞ。
So guys, up to this particular point, I hope that you've comprehended. We are going to talk about the first sexual affair
そうですか。
and even the
あ
third.
でも、ちょっと
But this is the second one.
Any place.
So this particular second sexual affair of the body is talking about youth that women get when they do no evil and accept no evil. So just as a woman, just know that every time you do no evil and accept no evil,
あ、ごめん間違え。
you are
アメリカ
transforming
で
your
何をしました
self-desire
か？
into youth. Every time you do no evil, accept no evil, you're transforming your self-desire into youth as a woman.
どうしました？
And this is the phenomenon that naturally makes women to look
いいですね。
more beautiful than men. You know, when you're, even if you are somebody who is a child, you don't know
そうです
anything.
か。
When you look at our collective consciousness, you realize that men are naturally uglier than women, and this is the
どうもあ
reason.
りがとうございます。じゃあ、
This connection to the ancestors give women youth. And if you're a woman, if you want to tap into more youth, youthful energy, then just do no evil and accept no evil.
お土産
Make sure that you do no evil and accept no evil, because that is what preserves your manifestation and gives you that ability to roach youth. So the third sexual affair of the body, the vagina is the 0, while the phallus is the 1. As I said, the vagina receives from the phallus and transforms it. So let's look at the vagina is the 0, while the phallus is the 1. So the marriage between these two, these sexual affairs, gives birth to what? Manifestation. A child. A baby. So the vagina receives from the phallus and transforms it. The sperm comes to be transformed by the ability of a woman to create life.
カバンっていうと、カバンっていうのは、
And creating life keeps a woman abundant and supported.
バッグは、the bag is for fashion purposes. じゃあバッグ。
And then the first sexual affair of the body, which is now the head. Guys, the marriage between the head and the neck gives you immunity. But before I even come into this particular last sexual affair of the body, do you guys have any question when it comes to the
じゃあ最初に私がピンクやるから、カボやってくださいね。じゃあね、じゃあ。
So, inside the woman, inside the second sexual affair of the
4
body,
月に日本に帰りました。
you realize that the digestive system is the 0, while the womb is the 1.
I returned to Japan. はい。
So the digestive system
日本で友達に
is the one that is the portal that receives from the womb. So the womb is an infinite entity. It is like space. Like I'm always telling
それからお土産を買いました。これどうぞ。
you, the womb is like space. It's an infinite entity.
じゃあ今度は
So the answers that they come into your do no evil and accept no evil arena to make sure that as a woman
はいどうぞ。
you are self-preserving. Because as a woman, if the moment you do evil and accept evil, you are self-erasing. Actually, this particular energy received in the digestive system is what powers the self-analysis.
そうですか。どうでしたか？
Yeah,
そうですか。
something like that. So any question?
どうもありがとうございます。
Somebody say, yeah, energy received, like food, energy received from food powers the digestive system. Without, look at children in Palestine. Without food, your digestive system becomes totally disempowered. You are not able to
151はもうやってる
have nutrients going around into the blood circulation system so that your body can be supported. So without digestion, no nutrients.
どう思う？
And remember, digestion always occurs in the spirit and in the physical. But right now we are talking about the physical digestion.
ピピ100じゃあ159やった。やったよね。じゃあちょっと復習だけ。
Diet is different for everybody. One man's food is another man's food. Guys, don't go around asking for diet in this modern world. Remember, Chinese people, they eat dogs. Nigerians, they are eating snakes and crocodiles. In South Africa, they eat
ノートに
the worms.
文章を書いてね。
You know, each and every individual have their own things that they eat. Please, just be confident in your food and don't go around copy-pasting anybody's food. Just know what food is meant to do inside your body. The food, it comes from space to be transformed into what? Positive energy for you. So whatever you are ingesting, is it something that is going to transform into positive energy for you? If it is not going to, don't eat it. It is poison. It is going to kill you.
あ、間違えた。
Don't copy people, what people are eating. Don't walk around copying what people are eating. One man's food is another man's poison is very real.
じゃあ聞いて。
One man's food being another man's poison is very real. Be whatever you want, guys. Me in this world, as long as you are aware, awareness is key. Awareness is key. Now you go be whatever you want. People who are not aware are usually the ones who are struggling with what to be. It's really what part do parasites play in this digestive system? The moment parasites are inside your life, spiritually, parasites are people that
じゃあ
come
いいよ、これに書けばいいや。
to take advantage of you.
ここに書いて。
Spirits that come
なんて言ったか
to take
な
advantage of you.
Right, right.
There are certain spirits that taking advantage of you might not make you sing. But then there are certain spirits who taking advantage of you can make you sing. So a parasite will never be inside your digestive system if a parasite is not already inside your spiritual environment. So remember, if you have a parasite or worms inside your stomach, it's because there are people who are attached to it outside of your life. If you have no parasites outside of your life, you will never have a parasite inside your stomach. As within, so without. Very easy. You know, the beauty of the world is there's always two ways to do things. If you cannot fix it spiritually, fix it physically. If you cannot fix it physically, fix it spiritually. So it doesn't matter how much you treat a worm. If you are not uprooting the people around you in your environment that are making you a receptor to those worms, you are wasting your time. You are wasting your time treating it. Remember, the spiritual solution is the final solution. So if you know you have some worms inside your stomach and parasites, look around. Who is that person always eating your money for nothing? They not work for your money. They are eating. Who are those people who are always utilizing you to fight for them, to fight their battles, to build their empires? Those are parasites in your life. And as long as they are there in your spiritual environment, take it. The animals, they just come after the humans you surround yourself with have told them, come, baby, come. So you should not even be hating them. Never hate an animal. Microbiology made me to never hate any animal. Even rats, even cockroaches will never come to your environment if you've not already called them spiritual. Animals, even the good ones, you must call them spiritually first before they appear physically. The good ones, the bad ones, all of them. Up to this particular point, women, my women in the comment section, are you at least comprehending the second sexual affair?
もう休みますだから、she's going to take a break from work. 休みますはね、has several menu to rest.
Good. So before I move into the first sexual affair, I just want to go back to this image and teach you and show you something. So when you look at this particular image, guys, I want you to look at this particular image. In fact, maybe let me not even use this. Let me maybe use something else, another image, this. So I want you to look at this image very well, especially with the womb there. So you see the way the womb is standing, and the small intestines look like they're a cloud over the head of the womb. This is the exact same way that you are standing in life with the clouds above you. The same way this particular womb is standing here, with the do no evil, accept no evil, the digestive system above it here. It's the same way you stand on earth with the clouds above you. So just always be aware of this. This is telling you where you are in nature. And it is also telling you where the ancestors are in nature. So when you come from space, you go through a system until you reach this particular point.
The present and
as above, so below. So this particular animal here, I call it an animal. This animal here, it is standing with the clouds above it, just the same way we human beings we stand with the clouds above us. So if these ones are the clouds, and by the way, guys, just look, there's a lot to learn here. Even before I tell you how these ones are the clouds, you just look at the arrangement of the intestines and look at your fingerprint. I don't know whether my fingerprints can be visible through the camera. Not visible. But you know what a fingerprint is. So there's a lot of secrets that are here. But first of all, just know that these are like the clouds. And what they do is exactly what the clouds do as well. And now when you look at it, when it is arranged in this particular form, then you realize that human beings, they come from space. They come from space, they pass through education system. They pass through the education system where they are fed, education system. And then after this particular education system that feeds the body, the body, the body of a human being, when they come on earth, they reach a point where now they think for themselves. After you've been taught, now you reach a point where now you specialize. And just above specializing is the ancestors. The ancestors exist above you specializing. So when you are born, when you're still in this, when food is still here, it still cannot think for itself until it is taught, until you go through the education system, as above so below. When you go through the education system, you get to a point where now you are specializing. You get to a point where now you are specializing. At this point, now you think for yourself. And those who cannot think for themselves, or those whose thoughts are demonic, they go through the annas. While those who, when they think for themselves and their thoughts are building the planet, they go into the heart to go circulate. So just know when you're born, when you're young, when you're still growing as a young child, you're still being, these are education systems. As I told you, the breasts are education systems. These are just education systems. But education doesn't last forever. You reach a point where you ought to specialize now. And when you start to specialize, the ancestors will always be there to support you. When you reach a point where you are specializing, the ancestors will always be there to support you. Yes, this looks like the brain as well. Somebody has said it is exactly that. When you reach a point where now you are specializing, now you're thinking for yourself, now you are participating, your role in the great circle of life. Now you are ready to embody your role in the great circle of life. After you've learned, you've gone through the education systems. You've gone through the education systems. Now you are ready to embody your role in the great circle of life. Always know that the ancestors are there. Mababu, katika mawingu mababu. The ancestors are on the clouds. The ancestors are on the clouds. Always waiting to give you downloads as a woman. But a man doesn't have this one. So men are empty-headed beings that have no connection to the infinite. That's why men will always, when you start speaking about spirituality, men will argue with you the most. Because they are clueless. Clueless, empty brain. These are brain. A woman's brain has this inside of it. This is a brain. A man's brain has this. So they depend on women for this. Laugh, but please tell me that you are getting the point I'm bringing across. Just laugh, but no, tell me you're getting the point I'm bringing across. Yes, that's why they say trust your gut, trust your gut, trust your gut. Yes, my dear, just the beauty of, the reason why I love teaching with visuals is because you can see, the writings stay on the walls. So you cannot say I'm lying. You can also see. Get it as well. Yes. So just get it and get it into practice. Don't just get it as a woman. By the way, women never fear any man. All men fear women because of this. All men fear women naturally. They just don't want to show you. So as a woman, if you're walking around, you already know. There's no man that is above you as a woman. As a woman, there is no man that is above you. No man, even Elon, even Trump, even Putin, even Xi Jinping, even what? I don't know which man you worship. No man is above a woman on this planet. It doesn't matter what that man is.
それからってどういうんですか？
Because of this. Because of this, a woman is a very dangerous entity because they are connected to the
ボ
infinite.
ディを聞いて翻訳してく
Their
ださい。
analysis is connected to the infinite.
What do you say?
And as a woman, as you continue to obey, you let your analysis do no evil, accept no evil. You let that guidance come from your spiritual realm. You will be youthful for the rest of your life.
東京はどうで
Might
した
sound too
か
good to be true, but try
楽し
it.
かったですよ。
Try it.
何と言いました？
I was told here.
There are certain women who they call
有
themselves
名な
Gen
お寺を
Z.
見ました。それからお土産を
But
買いま
before
した
they。tell you they're Gen Z, you will guess that they are 45 years old or 90 years old. Okay, 90 is too much exaggeration. That's too much hyperbole. But you know what I'm talking about.
結局有名な
It's because these women, a lot of Gen Z people are born at a time where doing evil and accepting evil is very easy. So a lot of them have been doing a lot of evil and accepting a lot of evil, going away, taking away their youth.
じゃあ今度は
As a Gen Z woman who you know you are affected by this, start doing no evil and accepting no evil. And start listening to your ancestral realm.
1、
Because that's the only thing that will give you
朝ご
youth.
はんを食べま
If
し
you
た。
continue doing evil and accepting evil without listening to your intuition, your gut, your instinct, you are going to age. Every time you do evil and accept evil without listening to your instinct, you age. What is aging?
そうです。
Healing the ancestors that are supposed to be renewing you. The stomach is like snakes, it's supposed to be shedding its skin. Whenever you do no evil and accept no evil, you are having
それ
ancestors
から
come here to
大
renew
き
you.
い公園に行きました。
Whenever you do evil and accept evil, you are killing these ancestors, and they are the renewers. They are the ones that renew you.
And she wants to really big part.
So if you don't listen to them,
シ
no
セ
renewal
渋
for
谷
you.
で
If you
服を
listen to
買い
them,
ま
you
した。
experience renewal.
渋谷で服を買いましたってどういうんですか？
Basically,
Clothes。
oh, she went to Shibuya shopping for clothes.
そうだね。そうそう。じゃあな。
So guys, from this you can also already see what is beyond the clouds.
じゃあさ、口を振り。
Some people are always asking, what is in space? What is there in space? What is beyond the clouds is this. And this. There's water above. See, this is water above. So there's ancestral realm, there's your realm, the realm of clouds, and then the realm of the ancestors, and then the realm of waters. That is what should be up there when we are, if the writings stay on the walls. If the writings stay on the walls, that is what should be after the clouds. We should be having an ancestral realm where we come from, and then we should be having the waters that are, that
ああ、
balance
This part
everything.
ちょっと違うね。
So be aware so that NASA has a difficult time.
ちょっと待って。
Be aware so that NASA has a difficult time. Anyway, guys, subscribe. We have only 2 subscribers and we get up to 90. Guys, get me to 190 and then I continue with the first sexual affair, which is this. We've talked about the middle one, which I wanted to dwell on today so much. But we are remaining with that up one there and this down one. So can I get the 2? Please, 2 subscribers only, guys. Please. Silver playing Mademoiselle and Monsieur.
どうぞこれ。そしてね、そしてね、買い物しました。Does not take.
2 people, and please, if you're watching me and you're not following me, kindly let's make the gospel reach where it's supposed to reach.
買い物しました。だから
Just
渋谷
2.
で服を買いました
2, and we get to 190 and then continue.
3番。
2 more.
それから
Meanwhile,
大
ask
きい
question,
公
guys.
園に行きました。3、
Anything
ホ
that
テ
is
ル
not
で
comprehensible,
友
what?
達に会いました。それから一緒に歌
Mama
舞伎を見に行きました。
Nikwa. But Mama Nikwa, you know all this. I promise you. Don't worry. Two more people, guys, please. Two more people. We are not in a hurry here. Here tuko hapa kuka. Yamadesu, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Hi, Mama Nikwa. Two more people, guys. Two more people. There's an arrow down here as I rest. Fine, thank you, my dear.
会いま
Shaban.
したそれから一緒に歌舞伎を
Shaban,
見に行
thank
き
you.
ました
I'm fine. The only true sin is abuse of power. Am I too? No. Israel is the true sinners of the world. Israel and the colonizers abused power
Very
properly.
close. 大体ね、一緒、で、small two between.
Thank you, Linda. Guys, two more. Yeah, there's that one. Oh, June, thank you. One more, and then I continue with my last affair. I love you,
そうね、それから一緒に歌舞伎
teacher. Lavender, thank you very
と
much.
方が入る。
One more. Welcome. She. Thank you very much. We reached the target now. Let's continue.
はい、次。
So now,
東京タワーに行きましたそれから
the
電車
third
で横
sexual
浜に行き
affair,
ま
which
し
is the
た
vagina and the phallus, which is, I think we've done the third sexual affair. Now the last sexual affair, which is the first. The head is the 0 while the 1 is the neck. So here it is. The head is the 0 and then the neck is the 1. Your truth receives from your 7 days and transforms. So remember what is represented by the self-support. Self-support is your 7 days. 7 days a week, self-support. The neck is made up of 7 different vertebra bones to stand for the 7 days a week that should be showing up. Now, your truth, which is your authenticity here. Your head stands for your truth, your authenticity. Remember, it's your ears that receive sound, your eyes receive visuals, your nose receives smell, your mouth receives energy. So this is your first point of interaction with energy, your truth. So your truth plus your 7 days gives you immune system. If you want to have a powerful immune system, you must be authentic 7 days a week. Now let me continue. Your 7 days plan has come to be transformed by your ability to be authentic. Being authentic 7 days a week make you have 0 receptors, hence quality immune system. Every 7 days a week, that is what the neck is all about. You must be truthful to yourself and authentic to yourself if you want to be immune to bullshit. Formula. This is just a formula you see the way in high school you used to have pi r squared. Or CB pi d h or whatever. This is a formula. If you want to immune system, support yourself authentically 7 days a week. If you want a very stable immune system. And what is an immune system? Is an auric field that makes you either be susceptible to bullshit or not. Your immune system is the barrier that makes you either be easy to kill or difficult to kill. So your authenticity, this is the first sexual affair. Your authenticity plus 7 days a week immune system. Aset plus asar heru. Aset plus asar heru. Aset plus asar heru.
During summer break,
Heru is the child of Aset
and connected them with
and
China.
Asad. Heru is born by Aset. By then, just listen as you watch the visual. Heru is born by Aset to avenge Asad. Self-belief is born by authenticity to avenge self-support. If you are an individual who you don't know what to do with your 7-day planet, when you wake up 7 days a week, you don't know what to do. What that means is that your self-support is dead. Your Osiris is dead. Your Asar is dead.
あ、それ何ですか？で、
So how do you resurrect your self-support when it is dead?
何
By your authenticity, forcefully birthing your self-belief. Virgin birth, without the participation of any masculine entity. You just believing in yourself as a woman supports you. As a woman, you just believing in yourself supports you. But as a man, you must mix in order for you to be supported. You must wake up every day and show up and show up and show up in order for you to be supported. But as a woman that believes in herself is whole. A woman that believes in herself is whole. Because Aset births Heru to restore Asad. That is the African story. Aset, your truth, but your self-belief that makes you finally use your 7 days the way you're supposed to use them. If you are an individual who you don't know what to do with your 7 days, then your authenticity, your truth must back your self-belief, must make sure you believe in yourself and your truth. So that when you believe in yourself, and your truth, then you will know what to do in your 7 days. When you believe in yourself and you're truthful to yourself, you will know what to do in 7 days. But usually, just like on a normal occurrence, being truthful to yourself 7 days a week makes you believe in yourself. Being truthful to yourself 7 days a week makes you believe in yourself. When you believe in yourself, you have no reception for pathogens. You have no reception for entities that are targeting to eliminate you. You have no reception for negative energy when you believe in yourself. And that is what we call immune system. Immune system is no reception for negative energy. And what makes you have zero reception for negative energy is the way you believe in yourself. So you believing in yourself is born from your truth 7 days a week will have you believe in yourself. Your truth 7 days a week will have you believe in yourself. So that is the first sexual affair of the body, and I'll go back. This is the first sexual affair of the body. Your truth 7 days a week will make you immune to anything that is meant to kill you. Your truth 7 days a week will make you immune to anything that is meant to kill you. Now next. Now that is the first sexual affair of the body, which is the head and the neck. And then we have this third sexual affair of the body, which is a woman plus a man, child. I feel like this is the most boring one, especially in our timeline. But guys, you can make it interesting, because people nowadays, they just make children that are not interesting anymore. I need to see a man and a woman getting together and creating things that we've never seen before. It's time. We are tired of seeing every Tom, Dick and Harry every day. You guys are creative. You guys are not creative at all. Because when it comes to now, the vagina and the phallus collaboration, phallus is coming from space. The woman is the receiving cotton. So a woman can be that she wants to become a doctor. Okay, that's what she wants to become. A man comes with the how of how to become a doctor for that woman. So whatever the woman wants, the man comes and helps her to build it. So women, you are the masters of manifestation. And remember, stationary, mobile. So even when you are fucking, guys, women, you're not
東
supposed to
京で
move too
何
much.
を食べましたか？
そばを食べました
Stationary, the zeros are stationary,
どうでした
the
か？
ones are mobile.
大変でしたでも美味し
The
かったです
zeros, they stay,
そうです
the
か。
ones, they move.
パウロさんは
So when you are
何
having
を
coitus, when you're making love,
What did you eat okay?
he's supposed to move a lot.
Because you ate soba?
He's supposed to move a lot. You're supposed to look at his movement and impress
そば
him.
を食べましたどうでしたか
You, the
そばを
only
食べ
thing
ま
you're
した
supposed to be doing is
So
feeling if his movement and impressing.
そうだね
We live in a world today where women are doing monkey businesses in the bedroom, not your job.
じゃあこの
Men are not aroused with the Capricorn energy from a woman in the bedroom. Even if they're telling you they're aroused, they're lying. Men are aroused when you are seductive and you're feeling yourself
見たい
and
です
you are centering yourself.
と
When you are having sex with a man
はいじゃあ
and you are, hey, look at me, look at me. You are terrible, terrible.
1
In fact, your mind should not even be on the man.
大変でした
People
Never.
create
Always
mediocre things because they are centering men during the
歌
creation
舞伎を見
process.
ました
During the creation process, you shouldn't be centering a man as a woman. The man should be centering you. What you want is what should be going. So as a woman, you shouldn't be focusing on is the man feeling good.
じゃあ2は
When you are with a man as a woman and
じゃあ
you are
歌舞伎を見
questioning
ま
is
し
the
た
man
綺麗
feeling
で
good,
しょ
you're
そして
failing.
面白かったですってどういう意味です
You're
か
failing. Men feel good even with chicken. Men feel good even with corpse. Men feel good with children.
and illiterate.
Your question should be, am I feeling good in this entire shit? And if you are not feeling good, remove that man from on top of you. Push him
アイ
away.
スクリームを食べまし
Aende akiangukanga na huko. Don't
美味しかったで
pretend.
す
Because guys,
たでも小さかったです
when you pretend, do you know how you conceive an albino child?
小さかったでしょパ
You conceive an
first
albino
form
child when you
小さい
pretend during
so
sex.
small, okay.
そうだね
And I'll tell you that if you're somebody who you want to conceive an albino, maybe you're like, oh, I would love an albino child. Pretend. Just have sex that is so terrible and then
No.
pretend like you're enjoying it.
祭りを見に行きました
You'll have a child that doesn't have
そして
protective gear
楽し
on.
かったです
So
何て言いました
it might sound terrible, but guys, these are the things that we will learn as we go because there is a way in which you can channel energy to produce a child that you want.
じゃあ休みに何をしましたか
And
どうでしたか
It
じゃあ
is all dependent on the woman. If a woman is pretending to
どう
enjoy,
でしましたか
you are creating manifestations that are going to be self-hating, naturally self-hating. So don't try it. Just engage with people that have you enjoy whatever you're enjoying. So that particular marriage between the phallus, which is still the marriage between Scorpio energy and Aquarius energy. When we come here to the first one, it is the marriage between Aries and Taurus to give Pisces. And then we have here Scorpio energy. Scorpio energy self-design. Aquarius energy self-knowledge. To give you manifestation. And then this one that I talked about the most, which is the second sexual affair. I think this one is self-explanatory. You guys have comprehended it. So those are the three sexual affairs of the body, guys. Those are the three sexual affairs of the body. You have the first one, authenticity and support. You have the second one, analysis and self-desire, which is the womb. And then we have the third one, the vagina and the phallus.
あなるほど
Those are the ones that create.
Then it's the past form
Those are the combinations that create. So the vagina and the in the middle here we have Virgo and Scorpio. I saw Jackie's comment somewhere and I forgot to read it. I have to go back. That was it.
あのねブルー魂のパステージは楽しかったそう楽しかった Okay. いいですよ。素晴らしい。じゃあさ、did you take any picture during summer break?
Jackie, you were saying something. I saw you saying something, but then I wanted to read it. I took a little bit of time. It has passed. If you can type it again, please do. Anyway, so guys, you've seen the marriage between a man and a woman brings a child.
それどこですか？
Now, what do you think the marriage between a woman and a woman will bring?
How do I say that?
ダウンタウンはダウンタウンでいいです。ダウンタウン。
Gemini and Libra connection. Oh, guys, I've said that the marriage between Taurus and Aries, head and the neck. I've said the marriage between Virgo and Scorpio, and then I've said the marriage between the vagina and the phallus as the marriage between Scorpio and Aquarius. And then now people think that I'm talking about like people and their partners. So they're coming here to ask me like, what about the marriage between Gemini and I'm not talking about your partners. I'm talking about the natural arrangement.
あ、じゃあ散歩しました。
Musipitekeshe wakati huu. I'm talking about the natural arrangement. I'm not talking about now at you and your man, guys. Please, I'm sorry. But you never seen you laughing. Now you've seen me today. Poleni sana wenye wanadhani ati now I'm specializing in your man and you know. Hiyo sijuani nayo. So now there's a vagina and a vagina.
あ、いいですね。
Portal and portal. When you have portal and portal, it's like you have two machines. Okay? When you have a portal and a portal, that is like two machines. Having two machines, what does that mean? More production. Maybe you're somebody who you produce sugar from sugar cane. The sperms are sugar cane.
Yeah.
So the machine produces sugar. If you have two machines, if you are producing sugar today, you'll produce twice as much. That is what the marriage between a woman and a
じゃあ
woman
ピ
is.
ックの方162ページ。
And then there's marriage between a man and a man. The marriage between a man and a man, again, these are givers.
多くないです。
This one has raw materials. This one has raw materials. They don't have machine. So what do you think happens when you have raw materials? You just have raw materials, there's no machine to process it. And what you want at the end of the day is sugar. But then all you have is raw materials there. And remember, raw materials are readily available on the planet. So these boys, they go collect for you raw materials that are already available in the planet, and then they come and they keep it for themselves without it being transformed. So over time, that leads to stagnation. Stagnation over time leads to gunda. Gunda. When you have a lot of raw materials and there's no transformation, nothing is alchemized there. So everything stays the way it is.
I want to eat.
If it is the humans that are coming into space, they come and there's no transformation. They stay the way they are. That is what a man is. And this is the secret that the ancient African women gave to the Greeks. They told them, if you choose this path, then prepare for barren land, barrenness. Prepare for barrenness if you choose these ones. And the Greeks said, no, you know what? We are taking it. And since the Greeks chose this, we are stuck with barren lands on earth to date. In the name of people like Akina Brigitte Macron, you know, and the crooked man. When males exist on their own, barren lands is what you have. When females exist on their own, more space is what you have. So women can exist on their own and survive. But these ones cannot. These ones cannot exist on their own and survive. It becomes now a loop of repetition, of disgusting repetition. Men cannot survive on planet Earth without women. If women were to vanish from Earth today, you would give Earth something like 50 years and it will be completely wiped off. But if all men were to disappear from Earth today, women would naturally go back into parthenogenesis. Women would naturally go back into self-creation. Women are like trees. Look at the trees.
で、swim 泳ぎます。
Without women, men cannot exist. But without men, women can exist. When you look at the trees, a tree doesn't have to reproduce using a seed. Sometimes you just cut a tree. People who take care of trees, you know this very well. The botanist. Botanists, you know that you can just cut a tree from its branch and replant it and it will grow. That's women for you. That's women for you. Women is like cutting a tree and it will grow back. It can reproduce through that, and it can also reproduce through seeds, producing a fruit, so that that fruit can produce another tree some other time. So women are like spores. The origin of seeds. The origin of seeds is spores that come from trees like ferns. Spores are self-producing. They don't need. They can. Okay, spores are both self-producing and they are both sexual and asexual. So women are also both sexual and asexual. Why? Look at here. I said, this is man, this is woman. Literally, this is man, this is woman. This woman has the capability of producing this child without this man.
4.
But this man cannot produce this without this woman. This woman has the capability of producing this child without this man, but this man cannot produce. Your self-support cannot produce immunity if there is no authenticity.
会話と文
You
章
can show up 7 days a week, 7 days a week, 7 days a week, 7 days a week, but you are not truthful to yourself. You are not authentic to who you
ア
are.
リさん、日本で
You
東
will not
京
end
タ
up
ワー
at
に行きましたか？
はい行きました
But you can be authentic,
So
authentic,
is that-
authentic, authentic.
じ
Then you end
ゃ
up
あ
at
新
music.
幹線に乗りました
You
か？
cannot support and end up at the music system. So
No,
that is the reason why the
そうで
female
すか。
is both sexual and
新
asexual.
幹線
She
に乗りたい
can
です
self-replicate
新幹線に
and she can also engage in sexual reproduction and produce. So when we live in a world where it's just
乗りません
men,
でしたっけどういう意味ですか
like the Greeks,
I want to write about
then the Greeks are the ones who
next time これ何ですかごめん
dwelled on homosexuality so much. And the reason why they dwelled on homosexuality so much is because they came from the caves.
時間
When you come from harsh environment, survival is for the fittest.
はい
And in a place where survival is for the fittest, physical fittest,
じゃあファーストライン
men survive more, men thrive more, men dominate. Because they'll form male groups. They'll form male groups. And when they
Don't
form
use
male
your glasses
groups,
as
nobody
much
can go
anymore?
against them.
Yeah. Now
When they form their male groups that are dominant physically, even if you are women, how many women, you cannot defeat them. So the Greeks, they came from that particular culture of pairing, men pairing to be fed. Men pairing to be fed, and that's how they started colonizing the world.
Okay, that's nice.
The history of white people is war throughout. There's no time when white people are not fighting. Even now, Israel,
Going
look,
forward,
there's no timeline where white people are not fighting. So their history is
it's
war.
just on the
And
off
war
chance
comes
that
with
we're not
men
here,
coming
then I'll
together
email
to
you.
protect
Now I
territory.
don't have to say, oh, we're coming. We're
When they
coming,
came into
we're
ancient
coming.
Africa with that
But
particular
if there's
mentality
a
and
day
setup,
that we may
the
not
ancient
be,
Africans
then
told
I
them that
will
if you're not willing to
definitely
incorporate women
All right.
in
Thank you
your
so much.
governance and
Have
in
a
your
good
political
weekend.
system, then you're going to end up with a desert. But then I'm not getting this out of my head. These things are there if you want to go read. A lot of people don't like to read. But if you're one of those people you want to go read about the ancient civilization of Greeks, how they started. The ancient African spiritualists warned them that if you choose the path of males only, Greeks reached a point where they were only preferring men to live in cahoots of men because women, they considered them as weaklings and unliable weaklings, to their Satan. So they were men with men marrying men loving men. And that is the system that came into military. They dominated the world through military and the Vatican. The Vatican is just men loving men. The military is men loving men. And all these cultures come from the Greeks. And why? They chose this path. Now, because they chose this path, they can, and you know, this is how the Greeks used to rule. It would be a man and a man, a man and a man, a man as the husband, a man as the wife. It would be a man and a man. Up to today, this is the form that they go. They were told, if you choose to choose the one like this, the one with your gender. Kindly.
Yeah. Some again. Oh no, like this is clean for people. Yeah.
Yeah, because I've seen them before. The two ladies, right? Yeah.
When we go back to this one that this picture that I was telling you, that people come here to be transformed. People come into space to be transformed. Now we live in a world where no transformation is going on anymore.
It's like that.
No one, people are coming, but instead of being transformed into heaven and hell or hell,
Wait, what?
everything is stagnant. There's that stagnation means barren land. Nothing is moving.
That's how I feel whenever I'm sick and my airways are blocked.
Pluto is shrinking. Saturn is losing its ring. People are not transforming. People are not resting. That's the reason why we are here. The planet would be dying. Right now, guys. I'm telling you. And if people like us also were taken to the Americas, right now the world would already be over. I'm telling you guys. There's a lot of Africans, and African, if you're listening to me right now, listen. African in the continent. There are a lot of Africans who stayed in the continent and did not go to fight the war in Babylon. They stayed in the continent. Why did they stay in the continent? Preserve the sea.
Yeah, plus
Because if
no
you
matter
were
what
all
it
gone
is,
into Babylon, the people with the friends, the people that went to save the future, you also went there to do your role, but some of us had to stay behind to root, so that when this particular time comes, we connect to you guys. The things that we do to people who are living in the colonial land, the black people that live in the colonial land, some of us would have died with them, some who survived. The people who stayed in the continent know your ancestors stayed in the continent for a reason. Some of us would not have survived with what they subject people to in the colonizers' land. Some of us would have died, or some of us would have snapped
finally got
and
her surgery.
killed the entire planet. Because remember, women,
It's a
there are certain
surgery?
women on this planet who, if they snap,
That's what it is?
the entire planet is gone.
Speaks, I don't know any other language in your eyes.
God is amongst us.
Why didn't she
All
just say that?
entities that exist infinitely are among us.
She doesn't know English, so maybe she
Even
doesn't like
God.
surgery,
There are people who
Saturday or something. So I
are
don't know.
24-hour gods here. There are people who have vessels where God is existing inside of them. Pure. Know that.
That's been here for centuries.
The best ancestors are here. They
Has
are
she been here
with
for
us
centuries?
In the now.
I know.
They might be in China, Australia, they might be in New Zealand, but everything that exists in the
It's
infinite
like
is
CN.
here
It's like CN
now.
Tower. I'm like, girl, no.
And I'm telling you, there are certain women here in Africa that if the colonizer would have taken them, the world would have ended already. There are certain spirits the colonizer couldn't have touched. And I want you to also tell you, Africans, there are certain tribes that were not touched. Not everything was touched.
What the hell?
There are certain entities that totally went
The
into
thing right down there.
camouflage. There are certain entities that totally moved away. Because they know that if they came to face the colonizer, the world would have ended.
Even with Japanese, I know.
There are entities that know if they were to fight back the colonizer, Earth would have been finished, all of it.
You know,
There are certain people's
say,
anger.
but even that's the same thing with Japanese. We can't always
They are vicious, the entire planet dies. So
and
that
then
is the reason
expect to
why
like
different people are where they are.
Also,
And where you are where you are, because that is where
so
you need to
just
be.
think about the things that you do
And
a
we are not
lot.
going to solve
And
this
sometimes
problem
just
through
be.
anger.
I'm not gonna be mad if you
Anger
say you need a break.
burns.
Yeah.
We're going to solve it through alchemy and transformation. Alchemy and transformation. We cannot fight. That's why some of us did not go to the colonizer land. The colonizer is not powerful. It's just that trying to kill him will kill the entire planet. So what do? Alchemy and transformation. The colonizer wants you to kill them so bad. They want you to fight them so bad so that they wipe everybody out of them. The colonizer does not care if Earth goes on. And I'll give you an example of how the colonizer is feeling right now. When TikTok came, and then there were people who were gaining a lot from TikTok. There were people who were like, I hope they ban that particular app. That is exactly the same way the white men feel
The
about
song
art.
again? Oh my god.
They want art to be banned because they don't like people who are that people are gaining from it. So they're like, oh, even though I'm enjoying TikTok, even though I'm enjoying all the For You page things, but I want it gone so that we are all the same. That is the mentality of the white man. The white man wants art gone so that we are all useless, we are all inorganic, we are all the same. That's why they've piled up the bombs to the level they've piled. You cannot pile up bombs to that level of thousands of bombs, nuclear bombs, if you care about art. So black people know what we are dealing with here. White people, the colonizer is just like your enemy. You are individual enemy who will want your job to be lost so that all of you can be the same because you are gaining from the job too much. The colonizer wants the planet to be gone. They want black people to fight. Black people stay away from being triggered into fighting. Turn to alchemy. Turn to disinformation. Turn to Ubuntu. Because war destroys us. If you give me timone wadu itimone ini wuon. Give me timone wadu itimone ini wuon. And that is how art is. So alchemy is the only solution. Alchemy is the only solution. But the colonizer wants us to fight to blow everything up so that art is gone. So my people, also has something I want to tell you about the colonizer as a woman. Right now, you know, transgender thing. There are men who are desperate, and listen to me please. There are men who are desperate to be women. So much that there is a surgery that is now already available to the public. A surgery where you can take an entire head off and plant an entire head inside that room. Women, be careful, especially spiritual women. There are men that want your body. They don't want their body because it is a man. So they want that woman body so that they are woman for real. So they are targeting women.
Oh, I mean 8 billion.
So that they can go to that surgery and they give you their head and they take your
That's a
body.
whole different set of faces.
If you are a spiritual woman,
Do you think
Some
you?
even look similar.
be careful walking outside there because we might say these things as a joke. Yes, it
thought about
happens.
that.
We might say these things as a joke, but the transgender community is not here to joke. Those are the
Well,
bombers.
I think
Those
there
are
are
the ones that are
duplicates all
bombing.
over the place, but because Earth
And
is so spread
currently they
out.
have that particular surgery.
Very
You know,
much
they can pay for any surgery.
Vaccine.
So they have that particular surgery where it is possible to change a head and still
There's some
function.
cases I've seen and
So
seen
you-
again. They're the exact
Yeah,
same.
they will go to any
It's not that
extent
person.
to get what they want. That's the first thing I'm telling you about the colonizer. The second thing I want to tell you about the colonizer is this. As a black woman, know where the concept of cannibalism comes from.
Oh, you gonna take this part here? Just feel like dang, didn't let it cool.
So anything that, listen to this as black people now, this you must listen to. Anything that gets into the digestive system from space is looking to be transformed either into nutrients that
that
go
our
into
first
the
time
heart,
getting a
to
front
be
pack like
circulated
this?
to all parts of the body, or into poison and waste that go through the anus
Ready.
and into the world as manure. So there are white people that know that black people are mostly nutritious. There are white people that know black people are mostly nutritious. That when black people come from space, they get transformed into nutrients. Now these nutrients that black people get transformed into, black people are supposed to be put into the collective consciousness, recycle and transform the collective consciousness, also give the nutrients to the collective consciousness. For example, if you came here to sing, now you specialize in your music so much that you're singing songs like songs that are touching the entire world and are transforming people. But white people know that also when you eat somebody with nutrients, somebody who comes from space, and the digestive system of the world transforms them into nutrients. When you eat that person, just went to circulation, the circulation system of the world. They come to circulate the whole circulation system. So this is the only concept of transport system. Who can eating the body and drinking the blood. It comes from human beings. The human beings that have come to that have transformed into new beings that is supposed to be circulating in the respiratory system of the world. The cannibals, they eat them. So if you know that if you're watching me right now and you know that the one hanging you is what you when a white person eats you, that's an example. Like you went to see an entire so black people want moving to us, be careful.
That'd be great, yeah.
Maybe she said, they are happy to write my mind. People go missing, black people go missing a lot. Killed for no reason and disappeared and stuff like
Can you
that.
fit?
Why are they somewhere because they are not here?
I'm glad you're here again. Okay, so you know we always like get the same similar stuff all the time, right? Yeah, but we wanted to kind of branch out. What do you think about these small stuff?
I do recommend the fried chicken fillet on the side of the noodle.
So the chicken is on its
Oh, it's on the side.
It's on the side.
These two is a combo, but we have the deep fried chicken on the side. I guess okay with everything. Anything.
So that's a good. Can we swap it out for something else? Not really, right?
Yeah.
Do you want it with that? Okay. Okay.
Like, no chicken or no beef. Yeah, so the only things I can offer would be the lantern topping. I do recommend this one a lot. It's like a saucier version of the surf.
Yeah, we love that one.
Oh,
This one, it has no meat.
no meat. Oh,
Okay, just the eggs.
Just the egg.
Okay. We want this one. We're gonna try it. Yeah, and we'll just thick wrap.
And anything else?
We can do one order of the squid tentacles.
Would you like to make that spicy?
And then we'll do one strawberry and one mango piece.
Both green tea. Refreshment or green tea, sorry.
Oh,
The green tea?
yeah.
Strawberry. Anything else?
What's the difference between the refreshment and the
Some people don't like the caffeine because there's caffeine in the green tea. So some people don't want that.
Okay, no problem.
So sorry, just one tomato vegetable noodle.
So one of this and one of that.
No, sorry, this only comes together. These two come together.
What if we just don't get it doesn't matter if the price is the same, it's no problem.
No, I can, because it would just be like a separate extra noodle on the side. I can, yeah. Would you like some extra noodles on the side? It's just going to be $2.95. Like instead of ordering this without the chicken, I can just order a.
Is it because you feel that?
I feel good.
Oh, but it's okay. I feel like no. Okay, just do the noodles on the side. You want that?
Noodles on the side. Want the same type of noodles?
Yes, please.
Yeah, will that be all?
All set? That's fine.
A tomato noodle, tentacle, 2 drinks, and a noodle on the side as well. Oh wait, so sorry. So the noodles on the side, the broth is going to be made of beef and chicken. Would you like it without the broth?
No, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, I guess so.
Sister
Is everything okay? Different habits?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, that's nice. I'm sure she was that.
all the way up to
One pepper, round. Can I get
Then we have your attention. An alarm has been initiated for visitors. We are investigating the emergency condition. Please stand by for further instructions. Attention. Then we have your attention. An alarm has been initiated for visitors. We are investigating the emergency condition. Please stand by for further instructions. for further instructions.
Sometimes you put knowledge or something first, like the basics, and that way now we know how to speak to AI because some people are very big and they'll even do a good job. Sometimes you can do better if you know the questions to ask.
Attention, may we have your attention? An alarm has been initiated in the building. We are investigating the emergency condition. Please stand by for further instructions. Attention, may we have your attention? An alarm has been initiated in the building. We are investigating the emergency condition. Please stand by for further instructions.
Sections are going to be I can I'll have it printed up so I can like build the transcripts from it. Which, yeah, it does a lot of stuff. So I found out from doing research on TikTok. So I'm trying to find her program kind of laws that I guess having a lot of that's not always going to work with the masses.
May we have your attention? An alarm has been initiated in the building. We are investigating the emergency condition. Please stand by for further instructions. Attention, may we have your attention?